Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 1476 and Doubleshot number 1370. Got two DC trades. One is a standalone trade, the other one is part of a trade series. Well, for one writer's run. First up, it is basically a take on Batman Black and White. This is Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red. This collects all 17 the entirety of this. Simply, these are a bunch of short stories of a bunch of writers and artists. A couple of whom, basically, I should mention, there's one story in here done by Joey Palmer and Connor. You can easily say this one fits into their run. The other one is one done by Sean Murphy. And that one leads into White Knight, Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn. That's mainly what that is set up for. Mm-hmm. Now we have a boatload of people on these books. Okay, for the writers, we have Stefan Sajic, Marco Enfrio, Son Ahmed, the current writer of Miles Morales Spider-Man, Tim Seeley, Riley Ruspo, Kathy Collins and Sean Murphy, Erica Henderson, Daniel Ketzer, Joe Kudis, Danny, Simon Spurrier, Amanda Carson Palmiani, met these people, awesome people in person, Patrick Smuker, Joda Bellari, Sam Humphreys, Frank Terry, met this guy too, Liz Eckerson, Paul Dini, and David Mendel. The Paul Dini one actually has designs from the Batman animated series, the one from the 90s. Artwork, Stefan Sajic. The first two are simply the same thing as the writers. Get up, write, and draw the book. Also, Ray Bruce will also write and draws one of the stories. Javier Rodriguez, Juan Ferreira, Matt, also Joe Quinnis, and Sean Murphy do writing and co-artwork. Let's see, Mito Sakura, of course, Erica Henderson, obviously. Margaret Savage, Danny, Otto Simmet, Chad Harden. This was one of the artists who's actually the original artist for Harley Quinn or Jimmy Humphrey and Manicano. And Aurea Carelli, Greg Smallwood, Stephen Byrne. I believe this guy might be the son of John Byrne. Tom Fowler, Tom Durank, Adam Hughes, and Kevin Eltree. The cover art is done by Jorge Jimenez. That's who does this cover art here. Now, these are just, like I said, a bunch of short stories related to Harley Quinn. Some could easily take place in the regular DC universe. I mean, like I said, the two of them basically take place in two different continuities. In the case of the Jeremy Palmer Man Connor story, that ties into the Harley Quinn thing because it features the Harley Quinn's Gang of Harleys and Big Tony. In the case of the Sean Murphy one, that's leading to the Harley Quinn one. But a lot of these are just really good short stories for Harley Quinn. And I guess DC figured, though, the Batman Black and White stuff has been so successful for DC. And we also had a similar series similar with this one, Superman Red and Blue. Yes, that's a very similar concept to this. And I've read a little bit. It's actually really good. They released the second issue already. But this is actually mostly like a digital first series, this one. But this one's really good. I'm going to get this 10 out of 10 because these are just really good stories. Not they're really bad here, surprisingly. Alright, next up it is Aqua Man, Volume 3, Manta versus Machine. Yes, like in the case of Harley Quinn trades, with once Dan Abbott left the book, we had it where, oh yeah, let's just basically relaunch the graphic novel number. At least, thank God, not the actual issue number, because that would be stupid. Yeah, it is by far really dumb. I know Marvel basically has taken a lot of flack over the years for doing that. Yeah, it's something that even in my opinion is a really dumb thing, but at least DC does, only for their frickin' trade paperbacks. Do they do it for the original issues? They really hit the restart button for their books. If they do, it happens very often. Okay, for the original trade, this actually be Volume 9. Yes, this actually would be the Pencilum trade of this whole run. Yep, the Pencilum trade. And no, I've not actually reviewed the previous trade Amnesty yet. I haven't got that in. I've only reviewed just Unspoken Water. So technically with this one, I've got 2 more trades left for this one. Now, this one collects Aquaman, Volume 8, Issues 30, 57 to 53, 57, and number 2. Now, this mostly deals with like another return of Black Manta, and this book is also a tie into Year of the Villain. I love Year of the Villain. It's an absolute great thing that DC did this. And the one way this is a tie into it is they have the totality in the sky, and no one's shocked to see this. There's not much of a reaction. And here's the thing, unlike in other books, we're just there and just there like a background image. Here you see like a lot of the issues. And yes, it basically you see a lot of most of the storyline. You see Mira pregnant, and then she gets birth off panel when she follows the call. Apparently, she's pregnant for 5 months. I guess their type of people is basically goes to pregnancy quicker than like regular pregnancies would take 9 months. She was pregnant for 5 months. Okay, and then of course this fact she's in a coma. She's fine, but she's in a coma. But then we have Aquaman. We have a baby placed in his arms, and it's his baby. A baby girl! Yep, this is the first appearance of his daughter, Andy. Adorable little baby this is. Yep, this is his daughter. This adorable little baby. Oh yeah, and they also claim in this storyline that Banco, the chief advisor for the throne, is in fact Mira's fiance, despite the fact that he's not in love with her. They said she had to marry somebody, so it chose Banco because they thought Aquaman was dead. Obviously. But this storyline is actually pretty good. I like the stuff with Black Manta in here. There's a little backstory you see repeat of like showing where that we see Black Manta's rage. Now, the surprisingly thing when it comes to Black Manta in here, his appearance in here is mostly just to deal with the whole totality stuff that was as a tie into Year of the Villain. That's mostly what he's here for. He doesn't really interact with Aquaman at all, but it's nice to see him. Oh yeah, plus also he pulls out this thing here. Yep. He still has his vengeance against Aquaman for killing his father, obviously. But this... Oh yeah, also, the annual itself, which is something that takes place after the Amnesty storyline, which came before this one. I'll probably review that in the future when I get my hands on it. With that one, pretty much with that one, it's like, okay, let's have just day of Aquaman's life in Amnesty Bay, where he's basically like buying fish, dealing with some hallucinations, and, well, all appearance by Jackson Hyde, aka the current Aqualad. And I'll explain before the reason for him existing now, Young Justice. But this book is really good. I thoroughly enjoy this. It's pure fun. Now, Kelly Sue Harnick is the writer for a lot of the stuff in here, but not everything. We also have Kyle Higgins some of the writing, along with Belt Alia, who actually is the current writer for New Mutants. The artwork in this book is done by Robinson Ruka, Arapisa, Jesus Marino, Aaron Lepsey, met this guy, really nice person to meet. Victor Ibzia. The cover of this trade, which is actually one of the issues, is done by Robinson Ruka, Daniel Aquarius, who's one of the inkers, and Marco Michio, who was not one of the colorists, in case you're curious, though. Yep. Yeah, most of the stuff is done by Kelly Sue Harnick, but not all of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those cases where, like, you open this up, like, oh, Amnesty Part 4. Yeah, DC occasionally do this where they don't have the store completely in trade. They put the remainder in, like, the voluntary trade, which probably just runs too long, whatever. That's just my gist of it. And right after the Amnesty stuff, let's see. Like, after that multi-part with Amnesty, then we move on to, of course, we have some issues done by a different artist. By the way, Aquaman here is pre-Flashpoint attire, mostly anyways. Which features the return of the Trench. Yep, the Trench. Which I believe this was their only appearance in this volume. Yes, this is one issue. No, I don't think this is done by Kyle Suhanic. No. It kind of feels like it's Jeff Johns, but it isn't. No, this is done by Kyle Higgins. Yes, Kyle Higgins does that issue called Generations. And that's basically just a stand-in for basically wholesale with Amnesty. Mm-hmm. The annual, I think, is done by Vic Alia, I think it is. It's written by him. It's co-written by him, yes. He does with Kyle Suhanic. Yep. But this, of course, is really good. And I give this book roughly I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Just really good. Now, I still have 2 more trades left for this run, and that's it. Yep, just 2 more trades left. Now, I know that I have heard online, I think this is from Ethan Van Sciver, that he doesn't care for some of the stuff that, Kelly Suhanic associated with, per se. And they accused her of being a feminist and said that she was responsible for the cancellation of Sarah. I actually have no idea why the heck this book ended for. It just particularly quite weird. Yeah, as far as I know, it just been no explanation for it at all. I know he's getting a mini-series soon. Yeah, so having a mini-series for Aquaman, but yeah, that's really all they're doing with him. It just basically give him a mini-series right now. I would think, though, it might be a good idea to give it an ongoing series again, but no. Nope. For some reason, they decided to have him just end the comic after only 65 issues. Actually, 66, because, the final issue was part of a storyline called Endless Winter. I'll probably review that later on. It comes on in 4 months, but yeah, I think that ending the Aquaman series, in my opinion, was a mistake on DC's part, especially since this book has been really good. I would say Kayla Suhanic had a pretty okay start to it, but it does get better as time moves forward with this book. Yep. I'm hoping to get the remaining 2 trades in sometime soon. Yep. Yeah, but otherwise, though, that's pretty much it. As for any videos tonight, I think I probably just probably my last video for tonight. I'm going to do probably about 2 videos, actually 3 videos tomorrow, because there's going to be hopefully 2 comic corners and Miss Kabashi's Dragon Maid, and that'll be pretty much it for tomorrow. Yeah. In the case of Thursday, 1 video, that's definitely coming. Next episode of Shaman King. Friday, no new anime for that one. Saturday, 3. The newest episodes for How a Realist Hero Review the Kingdom, The Case of Atlantis, and Case Closed. And yes, Case Closed is coming this coming Saturday. Yep. But do see you all tomorrow for my 2 comic corners and Miss Kawashi's Dragon. Okay, to the next video. Bye.